it would pull the All-Star game from Atlanta in response to the anti-voter law. Joining me now is one of those black executives who took a stand and started a corporate movement. Ray McGuire is former Citigroup executive. Ray, good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Ari. Thank you for having me, and happy Easter to those who are observers.
Let's talk about this letter. What got it started? It's actually one of the few times we've seen so many current and former senior executives, corporate leaders, Wall Street people like yourself rally around a particular cause and have a real call to action for those to whom you wrote that letter.
You know, Ari, we came together as individuals who stand on the shoulders of those who fought so hard for us to get the right to vote. We come together as longstanding leaders in the corporate world. And we came together as Americans who respect and have helped to create the fundamental values of America. So we came together to make certain that all of America knew that it needed to stand up for what is the cornerstone of our democracy.
There was hesitation on the side of some businesses. Jamie Dimon from JPMorgan Chase had sort of been one of the main CEOs to lead this charge against what this is, voter suppression fed by this big lie. But companies like Delta and Coca-Cola were a little slower to do this, and in fact initially came out with comments that said, wow, we've caused them to make some improvements to this law. The language has changed since then. Corporate America is now calling this Georgia law what it is. It is anti-voter. It is anti-democratic.
All right, there is no debate here. There is no debate. This is nonpartisan. This is fundamentally who we are as Americans. This is a contract that America has with America, and that contract is the right to vote, not the right to suppress the vote.
Let me ask you about a related experience, not about voting, but about being black. You were on your way to shoot a commercial. You're running for mayor of New York, and you were on your way to shoot a commercial one morning. You don't live far from where I do in Manhattan, and you got pulled over by the police. Tell me about this. This is the commercial. We're looking at it on TV right now. What was that about?
Ali, you know, it is just yet another incident of what happens when you're black in America. This is driving while black. We need to stop this divisive narrative. We have spent a number of years through the heights and the depths of the civil rights movement to get to where we are today. And today that narrative is becoming more divided. We see anti-Semitism. We say anti-Asian. We have long seen anti-black. And so if this country is to survive, both the scripture and the leadership of the country says a nation and a country divided cannot survive. And so these instances, which are all too many, one of which is on trial today, Daniel Chauvin is on trial today for the abuse, the aggressiveness, the over-aggressiveness. We need better policing, better policing. This is what we need. And this country needs to see if it can't dig deep to get the best of us and not experience and express the worst of us, which is what this voting suppression attempts to do. We certainly cannot allow that to persist. There are 47 states now with over 300 pieces of legislation attempted to suppress the vote.
And you're right. This, corporate America has come out in the last week about Georgia, but you've said Georgia's just the tip of the iceberg. You want these companies to take a stand against voter suppression everywhere in America. And part of the danger is that a lot of those statements that came out from some of these corporations at the beginning seem to encourage the idea that, Georgia's taking steps to keep voting secure. There's virtually nothing in this Georgia law that would do anything to keep voters secure. And we've got the same thing in Arizona, in Iowa, and in Michigan.
It is everywhere. There is an undergirding that is taking place here that we need to address and call it out for what it is. As the Brennan Center reports, 47 states with 300 pieces of legislation pending now to suppress America, to see if the values, to test the values of our democracy. There is no alternative here. This is not partisan. This is America. There's no debate. This is bright, clear, and unequivocal. Unless we stand up today, tomorrow this country will not be what the founding fathers suggested that it should be or stated that it should be. It's not the America that we all live for. This is what's under siege. This is what we have to address. We have to address it today. We have to address it boldly, and we have to be unreserved.
I appreciate your time, sir. Ray McGuire is the former vice chairman of Citigroup, and he's a candidate for mayor in New York City. Ray, we appreciate you making time for us today. Well, the officer injured in Friday's attack outside the Capitol has been released from the hospital. This video